Hey there. Oh man, I want to talk about the ecosystem for a minute, what it is, and what my thoughts are. Kanye West wants to build his own mini city called the Yecosystem. Two Yeezy sources say West's plan for his own small universe has been in the works for years, describing it as a self sustained enterprise that would have its own branded products and services by Cheyenne Roundtree. Kanye West might have plans as ambitious as running for president. I think this is a good idea. I think that he should run. In the midst of all the chaos from West past month, his team filed a slew of trademark applications that would allow West to create his own mini city, community, or as West intends to call it, the ecosystem. West's plan for his own small universe has been in the works for years, two Yeezy sources confirmed to Rolling Stone. The sources describe it as a self contained enterprise that would have its own branded homes, retail stores that sell Yecosystem branded food, items, and beverages. The plan is serious, with arrangements to launch the first campus as early as next month, one source says. Eventually, West hopes to establish these many communities across the country. West's vision is on par with Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, and Jeff Bezos, other sources say, adding that West is adamant on creating something equally as world-changing. He's trying to do shit that people couldn't even conceive of, and he's trying to make it happen. He comes from a good place. It's definitely his goal that everything that people touch that's his is a good thing and has a good impact on the world. All signs point to the venture being called Yecosystem, as West's team has registered a website domain for the name, complete with a mail server. It's possible the name could change, as West is known to switch up plans at the last minute, and trademarks have also been filed for Yeezyverse, Yetsyverse, Yeezyverse. A rep for West did not immediately reply to Rolling Stone's request for comment. West teased the idea of his own self-sustained enterprise in mid-September when he appeared on CNBC to explain why he severed his relationship with Gap and hint that he might terminate his Adidas deal too. Following West's anti-Semitic remarks, Adidas said it was putting its partnership on hold and it's under review. On Friday, Balenciaga announced it had severed its relationship with West despite the rapper's close relationship with the French fashion house's creative director, Dinma. During an interview, West spoke of building his own castle, saying he was tired of having to answer to retailers' boards, being frozen out of business decisions, his designs allegedly ripped off, and having his team members poached. Well, West himself has been accused of borrowing designs from emerging designers without their knowledge. Interesting. Instead, West said he wants to build his own company and purchase his own factories, boasting that his new private school, Donda Academy, would focus on bringing the American economy back, starting with our own children. We are focusing on engineering for our species, and what's the thing we need most? Food. We are engineering food, he told CNBC, adding that Donda Academy students will also be learning automotive software and shelter engineering. Shelter engineering, that's interesting. That's also what Andreessen Horowitz is investing in. Days after his CNBC appearance, West's company, Mascot Holdings, filed numerous trademark applications that create the framework of a mini community, trademark attorney Josh Gerben tells Rolling Stone. The way these series of trademark applications were filed would very much be how you would file trademark applications to protect this type of idea of building this type of community out, Gerben explains. The trademark applications cover branding and typical products such as clothing items and retail goods, but in a first for West, the CEO of Mascot, these new fillings include a range of beverages, pre-made alcoholic drinks and liquors, raw fruits and vegetables, snacks, candy, and other processed foods. The filings indicate that West plans to create a variety of services under the Yecosystem umbrella, such as a consulting services for nutrition, beauty, interior design, and public relations. The Yecosystem has filings that would establish a production arm for movie, television, and radio programs, as well as an online media site that features information on a recording artist in the fields of beauty, fashion, modeling, acting, music, and the arts. The Yecosystem also hopes to create its own residential buildings and homes, There's also a philanthropic arm associated with the filings, indicating charitable services that include biological cloning, reproductive health care, children's education, and supporting members of the United States military. West's vision is born out of a sincere desire to make the world a better place. One Yeezy source explains, such as creating new technology, like his STEM player, and offering a new approach to education with Donda Academy. There's a saying that he would say, which is like, Yeezy makes life easy, they say. I think this ideal vision is, let me use where I've come from and what I've achieved to spread good in the world. Gerben says the vast range of goods and services is a pretty significant start in getting the ecosystem off the ground. The fact they're filing trademark application indicates there are certainly conversations going on between him or his team and his lawyers, he adds. That rises to a certain level of this is more than just something that's been mentioned in the media. There's some thought going into this behind the scenes. It's unclear whether West plans to build his first campus, where he plans to build his first campus, but Atlanta could be a likely choice considering Young Thug recently offered West his 100-acre plot of land after West vented that Gap and Adidas had allegedly failed to fulfill contractual obligations to build Yeezy stores. While there's clearly a long way before the ecosystem fully comes to life, this isn't West's first time trying to create his own city. The artist planned for an eco-village in 2020 that failed to materialize, would have largely focused on building a self-sustained community for mothers and children. According to West, there would have been an educational component to the ranch, with dwellers generating income for the community through growing their own food goods, mushroom plastics, and creating wildcraft and herbal products. Around this time, he was also building prototypes of Yeezy Shelter, a large dome structure crafted from wood and metal material. Wow. So, sorry, I made my coffee and I'm still trying to wake up. I did a little bit of cleaning, so I just took out my trash and like washed my dishes and stuff. But wow, a ecosystem would be incredible. Like if Kanye built a ecosystem, I would live there. Mostly because I do believe in buying black, and so like right now the people who own my building are Chinese. So if there was an option to like rent from a black renter who was in like a major city, I support anything that Diddy or Kanye West does, or 50, really any of the black entrepreneurs. I support it. I definitely want to put my money behind it. Right now we just have nothing, right? And like most other communities are exploiting the black community. Like they literally don't care about black life, right? Like other communities do not care about black people living. We saw the Latina Nuri who basically called black children animals and gorillas and shit, and that's really how they feel. If you actually go in the comments of that Democracy Now! Video, you can see a whole bunch of Latino people being like, yes, this is how my parents feel. This is how my community feels. And I think it's just really strange for a lot of the black rappers to almost like partner up and like push up to an extent the Latinx community when they've said, we fucking hate you and we think you're niggers. And then they just shit on their own women. So now, I mean, what do you have when you destroy yourself and then you also destroy your women? You have nothing. And that's where you get Planned Parenthood and literally eugenics. Like that clearly black men want that. But it does feel like, you know, Kanye West and now Diddy Without School, there's like two black men who want just something else. They want to like actually build black infrastructure. Like that is actually necessary. Not in a joking way, that's fucking necessary. Like, if you want to live, you have to build businesses, you have to build education systems, and then you have to go into politics and then entertainment. But I mean, in this sense, we went backwards because we have our entertainers who are now billionaires and they can like kind of drain the money back. So it's a very strange, like, way to build a society, but at the same instant, you know, things are getting built. If he actually builds this ecosystem and really any black person lives there, that would be like one less black person who's a part of like this public housing nightmare, right? And they're actually living somewhere where someone has decided like, I care about black life. So we'll see if he actually has the confidence to like make this real. I hope he does. I'm hoping for the best here.